everybody, my name is Amanda and I am a 2020 alumni from Fort Lewis College, and I intern at the Center of Southwest Studies from 2017 to 2020. And now I work at the Powerhouse. Let me show you around. The Powerhouse Science Center is Durango's local science museum for children and the community. And our mission is to inspire, innovate, and engage with science. So my job duties really have a variety. I work in the gallery, welcoming visitors, getting them to interact with our experiments and exhibits. They're really hands-on and are meant for different age groups. My current project, due to COVID, is making take-home science kits for K through 6th graders. So I pack up little science experiments for them, get them delivered to the school, and then do virtual demonstrations of the science behind the concepts. We also currently have a traveling exhibit. You can see a little bit of it, the dinosaur discoveries from the American Museum of Natural History. That was also an amazing learning experience, getting to set up a traveling exhibit and get it ready for the public in our dynamic space. Throughout my time at the center, I worked at the Delaney Research Library and also in the gallery, where I learned how to properly manage artifacts and keep them in good condition, as well as installing the Pivot Art Deck exhibit with a team of other student workers and staff. Working for the center taught me how to work in a team-based museum environment and how to create exhibits that are both historically and culturally relevant. Describing what the center means to me is emotional because I am a first-generation college student. I'm the first person in my family with a 4-year degree, and in 2 years I'll be the first person with a graduate degree. I started this semester in museum studies at the University of Oklahoma, and I would not be where I am today if not for my experiences at the Center of Southwest Studies. I am so grateful to everyone at the center for believing in me and mentoring me. Thank you so much.
Hi there, my name is Brandon Castle and I go by he, him pronouns. I am class of 2019 at Fort Lewis College. I got my bachelor's degree in anthropology and I worked at the center as an intern. Currently, I am living in Ketchikan, Alaska, my hometown, and I'm remotely finishing up my master's degree in museum studies from the University of Washington. I am working with the Forest Service and the Tongass National Forest on NAGPRA as the NAGPRA Resource Assistant. A lot of my experience actually from the Center of Southwest Studies has really allowed me to understand the importance of working with Indigenous communities. I first became really passionate about museum work from working at the museum here in Ketchikan. And I remember one day at Fort Lewis, I was at the Center of Southwest Studies for one of my classes. I walked into the museum, the gallery space, and remember talking to the curator, Jeannie Braco at the time. And I just mentioned that I was really passionate about museum work. And I think like the next day I was walking in for the orientation for new students at the center. That's something really valuable about the center, is that they were very open and excited to work with students. Looking back at my time with the Center of Southwest Studies, I see the importance of establishing communities and establishing networks where mentorship and collective learning are really valued, because that's exactly what my time at the center was like. And each day it was a really great experience to work with the staff there and to learn how to problem solve different issues or different things that came up in the museum. One major takeaway of my time working at the center is the emphasis and value that is placed on learning about collections, documenting information about collections. The Center of Southwest Studies is definitely a unique place in that it is a really valuable institution in the community of Durango and the Southwest. And I felt like I really got a wide snapshot of just how much cultural heritage plays a role in people's lives and communities, and regions such as the Four Corners and the Southwest. I feel very fortunate for my time to be at the center and learn. I think that it has absolutely helped me in seeking different opportunities and broadening my understanding of museums and other cultural institutions. I think that that's something that the center does extremely well, is really empowering different artists, students, and community members to be a part of broader conversations about cultural heritage, and really share who we are and celebrate that. A lot of what I've learned at the center has really stayed with me. For example, at the Burke Museum, I've really learned how to understand the importance of collections even more for communities, Indigenous communities. Being at the Center of Southwest Studies, I feel much more prepared and much more understanding of how we can do that effectively, and how we can really, as museum professionals, as people, really create collaborative spaces. My advice to students who are passionate about this work or curious or want to learn more, and not even just about museums, I would say to reach out and ask about getting involved in this kind of work, volunteering, or just checking out the museum space. For me, this has really been a great way to get hands-on experience, and it has really prepared me for graduate school and other museum experiences that I've had. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to Liz and Amy and the whole gang there. I really enjoyed working with you as an undergrad, and I've really appreciated the support from the center. A lot of my interests have really been solidified by my time at the center. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone there.
My name is Jenna Novodvorsky. I was at the center from fall of 2014 to fall of 2017. And since I graduated, I've had 2 museum guide jobs at the Minnesota Historical Society at the Mill City Museum and Minnesota State Capitol. And I've also done some volunteer work in their main collections department, helping with their inventory process. Since COVID hit, those have become very scarce positions. But I have been keeping busy volunteering once a week at a little local museum, the Hennepin History Museum, helping at their front desk as a greeter, as well as working on some social media projects to help promote the exhibits that we have to offer. I've also applied at the U of M for their public history grad school program in the fall, so fingers crossed on that as well. My time at the center was very influential to what I want to do with my life. I want to go into museum work, working with collections, and without the opportunities that the center provided, I don't think I would have even gotten that first job at the Historical Society. So I want to thank Shelby and Julie, Liz, Nick, Peggy, Jeannie, Jack, and everyone that I worked with when I was at the center. You guys are the reason that I am on this path today. So thank you so much.
My name is Jed Smith, and I graduated from Fort Lewis College in 2015 with a BA in Anthropology and Studio Art. The Center of Southwest Studies played a vital role in my education at Fort Lewis College. Before even checking into the dorms, I went to the center to apply for a work-study position. I realized right away that I could have a career that incorporated both my passion for art and the museums. Throughout my entire college career, I worked at the center in collections and exhibitions, and it was this experience that opened up many doors for me and my future. The strong foundation of practical knowledge and skills taught to me at the center prepared me for working after graduation from Fort Lewis in 2015. I have been fortunate to work on private, state, federal, and sovereign nation collections because of the education I received. I have had the opportunity to work on the fabrication and installation of exhibitions across the Four Corners region. These include the Wheelwright Museum in Santa Fe, the Ute Museum in Montrose, and most recently the Southern Ute Museum as the lead preparator of exhibitions from 2016 to 2019. I have also had the opportunity to meet with leading experts in the field of exhibition, from Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. In 2019, I made the decision to pursue a master's in fine art at the New York Academy of Art in New York City. I was recently selected by the Academy to be an exhibition scholar at the school. I play a large role in the exhibition development, installation, and transportation of fine art at the Academy. I have helped on exhibition projects at Sotheby's, Artists for Artists, and many more. I apply what I learn from the center on a daily basis. It has also proved to play a vital role in my own studio practice. I firmly believe that the Center of Southwest Studies is one of Fort Lewis's most vital assets. The center gave me the tools to succeed, and I hope that it will continue to be able to do so for future generations. I look forward to seeing the center and its alum continue to shape the museum field, and I am proud to be a part of this story.
I'm Cheyenne Caraway, and I received my BA from Fort Lewis College in 2015 with a double major in anthropology and studio art. I was a student intern at the Center of Southwest Studies from 2012 to 2015 and continued to stay connected with the amazing center team on events, job opportunities, and projects. I'm currently a recipient of the J. Paul Getty Post-Baccalaureate Conservation Internship that is being held both remotely and in person. Because I am currently living in New York City, I have been able to accomplish the hands-on aspect of the internship at the American Museum of Natural History. The Center of Southwest Studies has been a constant support system for me since graduating from Fort Lewis College. Because of the uniquely committed relationship the center keeps with their student interns, they continue to reach out and inform me of career opportunities that I had an interest in. Through this relationship and their involved methods of training student interns in preparation for a career in the museum field, I was fortunate to work immediately after graduating as a museum contractor at various museums in the Four Corners region. These included the Wheelwright Museum in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the Animas Museum in Durango, Colorado, and the Southern Ute Museum in Ignacio, Colorado, where I became the collections manager. In 2018, the Center of Southwest Studies also informed me about the Mellon Opportunity for Diversity and Conservation workshop given through the University of California in Los Angeles. As the conservation of art and objects had been a particular interest of mine, the center made sure to reach out and assist me with preparing an application. This workshop was the turning point for me, as I had confirmation that my pursuit of conservation was what I wanted. And from there, I started to pursue conservation full-time, as I still required prerequisites in chemistry and hands-on conservation internship experience in order to apply to the graduate programs in conservation within North America. In the summer of 2019, I attended the Part 2 to the Mellon Opportunity for Diversity and Conservation as a 10-week internship given through the National Museum of the American Indian in Washington, D.C. From 2019 to 2020, I was the Mellon Native Conservation Intern at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. And as I mentioned earlier, I am currently the J. Paul Getty Post-Baccalaureate Conservation Intern. This past fall, I applied to graduate programs in conservation, and I am currently waiting to hear back on the interview process. As Fort Lewis College waives tuition for Native Americans and is nationally ranked as a culturally diverse college, the Center of Southwest Studies provides an integral component to the FLC experience. Being a member of the Choctaw Tribe and as a past FLC student, I have experienced firsthand the opportunities in which the center has also provided to these underrepresented groups. Their commitment to practical knowledge-based learning through hands-on experience with database entries, artifact cleaning, mount making, collection storage, and exhibition installations creates a top-tier training environment for students. Additionally, their deep connections with other institutions and professionals in the museum field were and also are readily available to their student interns and fellows. Words cannot express what the Center of Southwest Studies means to me. Each career opportunity that I have been fortunate to experience since graduating from Fort Lewis College has been due in part to the Center of Southwest Studies. The center not only nurtured my interest in collection care and conservation as a student, aiding my preparation for a career in the field, but they continue to actively support my endeavors.
Yat A, greetings everybody. My name is Vinaya, and I am a former Center of Southwest Studies professional intern when I worked with Elaine Silversmith in the Delaney Research Library, and then I also worked with Jeannie Braco inside the museum. My time spent during those years was very informative, and I gained a lot of knowledge about the world of museum studies and research library studies. Working with Elaine Silversmith was very eye-opening and inspiring. She had a great collection of books for Native scholars, which was very important for me. I did my research and Master Studies work at the University of New Mexico, and seeing all the books that were available in the Delaney Research Library was very inspirational for me, because I was aware that, you know, any Native scholar looking for those really good books and scholarly research on the subject of Southwest people, tribal traditions, and also, you know, laws and economy studies is a place that is housed there. And I was really grateful to see that there. And during my time there, I was able to create, you know, informative displays in the back area that dealt with, you know, Southwest people, Navajo people, Ute people, Apache people, and bring out some items from the archives to be shown to the public. And then I was also able to do a speaker series and then educational programmings with Elaine Silversmith. And while I also got to work with the museum side of the center, was with Jeannie Braco, where I was able to, you know, learn about museum and exhibit information. And I was able to curate a show which was called Connections, Earth plus Artist equals Doda Desert Rock, which was a proposed power plant that was going to be built on the Navajo Nation here in the Four Corners. And I got together regional artists, both non-native and native, and also on a national level. We had entries, and I put together a show that really talked about what we want for environment and how we can be caretakers of the earth and the people and the culture through our work as artists. And that was a very good show. And so that was my time at the Center of Southwest Studies. I'm very grateful for the things I learned there. Today, after my work there, I'm still doing curatorial work independently. I recently created a show. It's a virtual art exhibition of Indigenous women artists from the Southwest talking about matriarchy, and the title of the show is Resilient Matriarchy. And then I'm also still doing studies on oral history of Navajo people in Eastern Dene region, which is in New Mexico. And I've also been writing more. I'm still working on a book, and I would love to use the research library at the Delaney soon for some of my research. I've stayed connected with the ATOM community, which also is a part of my experience at the Center of Southwest Studies. So overall, it was just such a great experience. I made connections with so many diverse people from across national land in America and other tribal communities through going to those conversations and dialoguing. I'm very grateful to have had that experience and worked with some really awesome people. I would like to say thank you, Center of Southwest Studies. Blessings to you for a good new year.
Hi, my name is Chris Tucker. I work in the financial sector in quality and escalations for a fintech company. The center played a huge role in my professional career, not only in this current career, but also in my former career as an archaeologist. It gave me a great base understanding and fueled a taste for recording and the proper preservation of the history and the prehistory of the Southwest. Using a lot of the skills that I learned at the center, I was in the library and spent a lot of my time with that side of the center and the museum side, and all of it combined kind of fueled this desire to continue recording and understanding the history of the area. I spent a lot of time in the Southwest region, and the center and the practices there and the environment that was the Center of Southwest Studies, it gave me a great appreciation for the archaeology I was doing outside of there, and proved what the importance of what I was doing out in the field was. While I may no longer be in cultural resources, the skills I learned at the center have helped me also in my professional office career, whether it's collaborating with coworkers or documentation procedures. Many of these skills that I currently use in my current career were formed at the center. It also gave me a good understanding of what a great, friendly, and inviting work environment looks like. The center gave me the confidence in showing my skills and talents. It was also where I found some long-lasting friendships. You know, to this day, it remains a destination when I'm in the area. If I'm visiting Durango, I'm visiting the center. Well, the individuals at the center may look a little different than when I was there. It still holds a place in my heart. I will forever see myself visiting it and seeing what has changed, what's new, and how it's developing the next generation after generation. So the center means a whole lot to me and will continue meaning a lot to me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gretchen Gray, and I'm the Archives and Library Assistant here at the Center of Southwest Studies at Fort Lewis College. I'm also an alumna of Fort Lewis College and the Center of Southwest Studies. I graduated in 2008 with a degree in anthropology and a minor in sociology and human services. I worked at the Center of Southwest Studies under the archivist as an assistant to the archivist here in the Delaney Research Library for my 4 years of undergraduate studies. During this time, I helped to process a variety of archival collections, as well as assisted on the library side, mending books and assisting researchers with both library requests as well as archives requests. Major projects that I worked on while here ranged from manuscript and paper collections to working with photographs, negatives, slides, to historic mining maps and other oversized materials, and included everything from processing the entire collection or to assisting on various parts of processing, and generally making sure that these collections are processed from start to finish, from a box of jumbled materials to something organized and archivally sound and put away with a final finding aid that can be accessed online worldwide. During this time, working here at the center taught me attention to detail, patience, understanding of the variety of archival materials, as well as regional history knowledge of the Southwest and the Four Corners region. Also, I was able to learn better research skills and hone in on my customer service skills as well. I really enjoyed my time here because of the materials I was working on, or working with, as well as the community and the mentors that are here at the Center of Southwest Studies. Working here gave me skills that I was able to take into a career with the National Park Service at Canyon de Chelly National Monument in Northeast Arizona in the heart of the Navajo Nation. I worked there for 10 whole years, and I really credit skills that I learned here at the center to getting me that great job. So I'm happy to be back here at the Center of Southwest Studies and working with new students and a new set of library archives and museum professionals that really will be learning skills that they can apply now and going on into the future, whether or not they stay within the heritage field. So I encourage you all to come visit us. If you've been here before, come back and see us again. Come see the materials again. And if you haven't been to the Center of Southwest Studies yet, come see us and come see all the great stuff that our students are doing and get a taste of history yourself. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I graduated from Fort Lewis in 2008. I'm currently a librarian and archivist at the Arizona Historical Society in Tucson. I worked at the center for 4 years. Every semester I attended Fort Lewis and a lot of summers too. I worked in every department in the museum and the archives, but mostly I worked in the library. The center helped get me to where I am today because we took a trip to Tucson once and I had such fond memories of that trip that when I had the opportunity to move to Tucson, I took it. But really, the work that I did at the center was things that a lot of people didn't do until they got to graduate school, so that was a really great opportunity and gave me some experiences that I wouldn't have had otherwise, but mostly the biggest impact that the center had on me was the lasting friendships. I'm still really close with most of the people that I worked with. We don't see each other as often because we're spread around the country these days, but when we do see each other, it's like we have never left each other. So really glad that the center continues to offer these opportunities to new students.
Mike, Nunanea Linda K. Baker. I am a citizen of the Southern Ute Indian Tribe and a member of Southern Ute Tribal Council. I would like to share with you what the Center of Southwest Studies has given me. They have given me lifelong skills in organizing, planning, attention to detail, and teamwork. They have encouraged me. Therefore, I attended the Western Archives Institute at San Diego State University and was accepted to the American Indian Museum Studies Institute at the University of California, Berkeley. They gave me confidence, and that led to employment at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science with NAGPRA and special projects, as well as becoming the director of our Southern Ute Tribal Museum. The Center of Southwest Studies is a unique gem because it offers a research library, collection area, and a museum gallery. So if you're looking at a Ute basket and reading about it, for example, you can go down to the collection room and then see a Ute basket. I have made lifelong professional and personal friendships from the people I have worked with, including researchers, students, and my coworkers. I cannot say enough about what I have learned there under curator Jeannie Braco and learning about archives with Todd Ellison. Thank you very much for everything that has helped me in my journey of life. To the Center of Southwest Studies.